Okay, this is a quick overview of the Schumann song Wenn ich in deine Augen sehe. This is page 166 through 167 in the workbook. This song is a really beautiful song, and this is the complete song. I really recommend you find a recording of this to listen to and sing or play through the melodies to really hear what's going on. Mostly I want to look at the big picture in this video, and then I will post a PDF with all the details. So this begins in the key of G. If we were in class together, I would have us sing it and identify all of the cadences. So I would suggest you click pause right now, listen to a recording, and identify all the cadences. Okay, assuming that you've done that, you probably heard that this first phrase that begins in G continues along, and we end up with what sounds like a perfect authentic cadence in the key of C. Okay, so we're using our ears to identify the cadence, and we can actually look in the score and we see that this goes from G to C. That's a 5-1. And it's a strong cadence because it has a cadential 6-4. And this is in the key of C. I'm just going to write here key of C to help us keep track of this. So somehow we've gone from the key of G to the key of C. So let's think about how we might go from G to C. As you know, G has an F sharp, C has an F natural. So from this point backwards, let's look back. And here's an F natural. This is the first occurrence of F natural, and from this point on, this is C major. So let's go back one chord. This chord, C, E, G, B flat, that does not really make sense in the key of G. This is a C7 chord, and C7 wants to tonicize F major, and F major is a chord in the key of C. So this chord also is acting like it's in the key of C, but as a secondary dominant. So we want to go back one chord from there to this A minor chord. A minor in the key of G is 2. A minor in the key of C is 6. So that chord is our common chord. And then continuing on, we move to 4, 6, and this was a 5, 4, 2 of 4. All of this is fairly simple analysis in the key of G, fairly simple analysis in the key of C. Now, if we continue on to the next phrase, we get this. Which takes us basically to here. And if you look through this section, you can see this is B major, E minor, A minor, B major, E minor. This is acting like it's in the key of E minor. Okay, and in fact, we go 5, 7 to 1 in the key of E minor. If we were singing through this in class, I would have us sing through to this point, and I'd ask you to sing Do, and you would probably sing an E. The pitch E is Do, because the music has reoriented your hearing towards E as Do. So now we have just gone from the key of C major to the key of E minor. C major has 0 sharps and flats. E minor has F sharp in it, same as G major, our original key. E minor will also have D sharp in it as the leading tone. So from here we look back, and here's F sharp, here's D sharp. So from this point on, all of this is E minor. So this is 5, 1, 4, 5, 1. So we want to go back to the chord right before this, which is this chord right here. This is an A minor chord. A minor in the key of C is 6, 6. A minor in the key of E minor is 4/6. It's fairly ingenious that Schumann uses an A minor chord to modulate from G to C and uses A minor to modulate from C to E minor. Lots of play here within the closely related keys of G major, C major, E minor, etc. So now if we look over here and we sing through to the final cadence of this last phrase, you would definitely hear 5/1 in the key of G. So we've moved from E minor to the key of G major. Now E minor and G major have the same key signature, but E minor would have D sharps added in, like we had through here. At this point, we get a D natural, and everything from now on is D natural. So all of this is acting like it's in the key of G major. So let's go one chord before this. This E minor chord is 1 in the key of E minor, and in the key of G, that is the 6th chord. So again, a chord gets redefined as a 6th chord, and that takes us back to the key of G. So from here on out, we can analyze in the key of G. This is a G sharp fully diminished 7th chord, which is going to be 7 diminished 4, 3, of 4, sorry, of 2, going to 2, 6, and then a few more details. I'll add the complete analysis to the PDF. And then we circle around and end in G. So this piece is fairly interesting. It starts in G major, goes to C major, goes to E minor, and back to G major. All closely related keys. So the modulation by common chord works very well. That's all for this video. Really go and listen to the recording. If you have a piano, just play the chords. You don't have to, worry about all the details of the chords, but if you can hear the harmonic progression, it really adds a lot.